Hi, I'm Dr. Sulata Shenoy, Psychologist and Director, Turning Point, Jayanagar, Bengaluru. Autism is a complex neurodevelopmental disorder that usually we can see in children from probably the first year of birth to the third year of birth. So it is marked by very typical development. There are no delays, there are no dysfunctions. A child appears to be functioning normally, but somewhere between the ages of 1 to 3 years, there may be a regression or a withdrawal from social interaction. Now, as we can all imagine, this can impact on families profoundly, particularly for the parents and the siblings who are staying with the child. It can be extremely difficult. When we talk of autism, we have to realize that the child may have developmental dysfunction or aberrations. The child may have difficulty in language, child may have difficulty in communication, social interaction and behavior. So this is what we have been seeing as very difficult for the parents to handle, and research studies have shown that maternal stress is very high if a child is having autism, because I think the main trust of well-being of the child and taking care of the child primarily rests with the parents. So both father and mother have been observed to be having more stress than children with typical development. So they have to deal with not only the upbringing of the child in all parameters, but also an additional burden of these difficult behaviors or lack of communication in the child. Now, what is it that we can do? We should also realize that families need help, families need support. Autism cannot be treated or looked upon as something that only the family or parents have to deal with, because along with mental stress, they may have physical stress also, the stress and strain of bringing up the child, of not having any time for themselves, of being very much bothered or worried about the child's future. This will have an impact on the child's siblings. Siblings also may need their own time, their own pace, and this may be difficult with a child at home who has autism. And we'll also have financial difficulties for the parents, because parents need to understand that yes, we need to take care. This could be a long-term difficulty or disability, and we have to provide for the child's financial security and well-being for the future also. This could place a burden on the parents, and also the social impact of it. Now, as a society, we need to ask ourselves, are we accepting of children who are not neurodevelopmental? Okay, are we accepting of children who are not fitting in the normal mold? And how do we typically treat them is that they should not come out, they should not socialize, they should not interfere in the other social situation, they should not cause a disturbance to others. Now, this can cause a lot of difficulty for parents, because they'll be severely restricted on where or when they cannot take the child, and this could impact adversely on the child's social development, which in fact needs a lot of social inputs and opportunities. So I think it's incumbent on us, on society, to look on children with autism as a responsibility of the community, of the society, and give them, if not our sympathy and empathy alone, we can also give some time off for the child and the parents. Volunteer. See what is it that can make a child's life better, the parent's life better in a social situation. If a child is not behaving in the proper way which we expect, understand that this child could be having certain special needs. Show your sympathy and try to help in whatever way we can. In this way, we can include autistic children and their families and make them very much a part of our society, and that is the place that they belong, so that they can bring up the child with joy, with pride, with full sense of security, that not only we as parents are doing our bit, but we have this whole network, social network, help from other organizations, help from schools, teachers, extended families who know what we are going through and we are ready to help. I wish families and children all the very best, those with special needs, without special needs, because autism is something that we have to deal with and will be with us for a long time, and no longer we need to shun or look the other way but reach out to them.